Uh, Now we're live. Oh wait, I got this. Okay, here we go. Now we're live. All
We're
right,
live. What's up,
cool.
Corey?
Party people. All right. So I'm Corey Hockenbury, Northeast cybersecurity engineer. I'm joined with Kevin from Arctic Wolf. I'll let him introduce himself a little bit.
Hey, Howard. I'm Kevin Gallagher. I'm the channel account manager for the Southeast here at Arctic Wolf. My role is to manage our partner relationships with the partners we have in the Southeast, Howard being one of those.
Awesome. So we're going to put a little video together for you guys just to get you guys introduced to Arctic Wolf and get more feelers out there. So, Kevin, who is Arctic Wolf? What does Arctic Wolf do?
Great question. So, Arctic Wolf, we are a cybersecurity provider. We are known for our MDR service, but we deliver many services off of our what we call Aurora platform. If you think of MDR as the alarm system for your home, it's going to notify your customer if there's any malicious activity happening in their environment and help them fix it. On the managed risk side, that is simply us scanning your customer's environment, letting them know where there's vulnerabilities and giving them advice on how to patch that. The managed security awareness is end user training to teach them not to click on phishing links and things like that. And then we have incident response for when somebody does get into the environment, whether it's ransomware or hack. Even if they're not an Arctic Wolf customer, you can leverage our incident response services to clean up that mess. And then finally, what we're going to talk a little bit more about today, which is new for us, is we now have an endpoint security solution. We acquired a company named Cylance, which was a prominent player in the endpoint market before their acquisition by BlackBerry. We acquired them from BlackBerry and are breathing new life into it.
Awesome. Now I know what's new with Arctic Wolf, and you just touched base a little bit, but you want to expand on that?
For sure. So the biggest thing that we've added, as I said, is that acquisition of Cylance. So we now have an endpoint technology that we can leverage where we weren't able to do that before. We are still absolutely 100% leveraging other endpoint technologies, even though they may be competitors. We're talking about endpoint solutions like SentinelOne, CrowdStrike, Microsoft Defender. If your customer has that in their environment and they like it, and they want to continue using it, fantastic. Our MDR solution will leverage that. But if your customer does not have an endpoint solution, this is a great opportunity to get into that account if the timing for an MDR sale is not on point. We have a very simple endpoint solution. These 4 SKUs is what we sell. On the far left is your very basic self-managed endpoint protection. Think of it as antivirus, plus a little bit more functionality, and your customer is managing that. That's that far left box. The second one, again, is self-managed, and it has a little bit more preventative functionality to it. So that's another great option if a customer just needs basic endpoint protection that they want to manage themselves. The other thing I'd like to comment on all of these SKUs is very cost effective. I have a slide after this to show you a comparison to CrowdStrike, but this is a very cost competitive solution with a lot of capability. As we look to the right on the orange and red box, this is a managed endpoint solution where our team is going to manage this for your customer. The far right is fully managed. The one to the left is managed with limited access to our secure operations center. So again, very cost effective, and I'll give you an example. If you're competing with CrowdStrike, you can see here for CrowdStrike to have the total package that's equivalent to what Arctic Wolf has, it's almost twice as much. So a lot of value.
Yeah, very competitive. Awesome. Now, we have a lot of conversations about endpoint protection. For people that don't know, what is endpoint protection?
Endpoint protection is really a piece of software that sits on your customer's server and laptops or computers to really protect that endpoint. At its very basic, it's antivirus.
Mhm.
Everybody who has an IT department needs some sort of endpoint solution. These are table stakes. It is the very basic level of protection in an IT environment.
Awesome. Now, when we travel with our reps, we kind of peel back the layers of the onion per se. What kind of questions can our reps, ask when they go into these meetings that we might not be there with them?
Yeah, great. Just keep it very simple. For Arctic Wolf overall, just ask them, how are you monitoring your environment 24/7? That is a requirement that most cybersecurity providers require. So how are you doing that today, Mr. Customer?
Awesome, awesome.
From the endpoint standpoint, just a very simple question. What are you doing for endpoint protection? Would you like to look at a low-cost, high-value solution that either you manage yourself or can be managed by our security partner, Arctic Wolf?
Awesome, Kevin.
So, Corey, if an Howard rep finds a security opportunity, who should they call?
They should call us. They should get us in the door immediately. Any of the cybersecurity engineers, call us, text us, email us. We're going to jump on those opportunities, and then after that, we're going to hit up you, Kevin, and then we're going to get you guys on the phone and discover this opportunity and dig deeper. So that's what we should be doing. So
Sounds great.
that's what we're
Well,
here for.
there you go. Quick video, give you some talking points with your customers. Good luck and good selling.
Awesome. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate
Yep.
it.